coming along that same sales and marketing rule, and this is about the do not call register. So you might be calling people either to get property management listings, to get sales listings, whatever it is that you're calling for. It's the tough reality of the real estate world that agents need to get listings. Whatever type of listing they are, they need to get listings. And whilst it's true that there will always be a demand for a middleman when it comes to selling property, and that's you. There are so many real estate agents that, you want to stand out from the crowd. You don't want to get left behind. You want to be the person getting the listings. To get you've got to have the listing to actually make a sale. So you can't sell something that you haven't listed. So, there's, misconduct around this, or perceived misconduct around this, or doing the wrong thing, it can actually be the death of your career. So it's important that you understand the rules of, or at least the death of your reputation. Because you don't want in any suburb or any area or any town, regional town, if people are saying, oh yeah, they ring at the wrong times, they do, all of those sorts of things, or I'm on the do not call register and put myself on there back in 2008 or whenever they did it. So we on all levels, agents need to follow the rules, or the rules of conduct, and all of the legislation. The rules around the do not call register, it's just one of those. So the do not call register actually gives all Australians the opportunity to stop receiving calls from telemarketers. So, and agents fit into that box of sales and telemarketers if you are picking up the phone and prospecting in that manner. So only residential phone numbers can be put on the registry. So, if you don't want somebody to ring your business and offer services, then that's not a thing. It's only residential numbers that can go onto that. And under the Do Not Call Register Act, telemarketers, which includes real estate, very clearly includes real estate agents, are restricted from making unsolicited calls to people on those lists. So now, with people having mobile phones, and they might be for business and they might be for residential, or they might just be personal mobile phones, there's that sort of grey area now, because a lot of people don't have landlines. It's just so much easier, and as we I talk about it a little bit further, isn't it just easier to ask when if you're doing telemarketing, if you're doing prospecting via phone calls or cold calling, as many people refer to it, then maybe your first question would be after, hey, how are you? What's your day been like? It would be to, are you okay if we chat about X, whatever it is that you're ringing about? And at that point, somebody might go, nah, don't want to talk about it. Give them a chance to answer, which is, often the complaint that many people have about telemarketers, that they talk and talk and talk and talk. You can't get a word in, then people get angry and rude and hang up. So, let's give people an opportunity to say, hey, not now. A better time later? Nah, not interested. Done. Next time or somebody might say, yeah, not now, but, call me back in half an hour, call me back tomorrow, call me back, whatever. That opportunity, just that human point of it, and giving them the opportunity to answer, you never know what you can get from that. So, as I said, the Do Not Call Register relates to all businesses, so to all real estate agencies that use telephone marketing. So, because you are offering and promoting products or services. So that means that it relates directly to real estate agents. And examples of your telemarketing might be that you're offering an appraisal of property. Hey, our agent is in your street this week, and we'll offer free, market, opinion of price of your property. Would you like, our agent to call in? Would you like me? I'm in your street this week. Whoever it is calling, that is telemarketing. Telling buyers of a property, calling, informing buyers that are of a property for sale. It could be a call offering your services to, get a listing. It could be a follow-up call to a person that recently inspected a property. So, by appointment or open inspection, they might have said, no, do not call me. I've seen the property. I don't like it. Don't call me. Whilst they may not be on the do not call register, they've told you not to call. So don't ruin your reputation by pushing the point. Now I'm hearing you ask, are there exceptions? to the do not call register rules. Yes, of course, there's always exceptions to the rules. So if the recipient offers their consent. So what do we mean by consent? Express consent, inferred consent. So you look at these two things. So what's express consent? It's when a person has clearly stated that they agree to receive a marketing call from your organisation. So they might have come through an open home. You might have met them in the street. You might have met them at a cafe. You know, you've started talking to somebody. Can I ring you about that? Yeah, absolutely. Call me about it. You've got consent. Even if they're on the do not call register, you've got consent to do that. So the inferred consent, on the other hand, is when you've built a relationship with a person and the marketing call would be permitted based on that relationship. So again, you've dealt with the client before, you've sold their house before, you've managed a house before, they were a tenant before. You know, you've got a relationship with them. So there's inferred consent there. Of course, if it comes down to reasonable actions, then, you know, if they say, I don't want you to call me about this, I don't want to talk about this, don't call me again, take them off your list. Don't call them again. Again, you know, just obvious decision making here. So here the issue is consent. So it's vital that you get that consent up quickly. And we all know when we get calls from telemarketers, we go, oh, you know, we don't want that reaction when we're doing it from a real estate perspective. Okay, you know, we've got something good to offer when as a real estate agent. Then you know, get the person engaged. Use some of those other techniques that you've got. So how do you check who's on the do not call register? There's a system for you to check, you know, or WASH as they refer to it, your calling lists against the register. This offers a really good way for you as agents to avoid breaking the do not call register rules. So you can access that process, and it's at donotcall.gov.au. So super easy to remember, donotcall.gov.au. So, and there's a subscription fee on there from, well, there used to be, I'm pretty sure there still is. And obviously there are companies that offer this service for you. So if you're prepared to pay for you know, that sort of service, then, you know, if that's something, it's almost getting some, you know, some possible leads. They're not warm leads by any sense, but there could be people in that area and you've bought a list. So, and, you know, you would want to check when you're buying that list that it is a washed list, that where people are not on the do not call register.